Yeah, my mother's name is Eileen, and she's a mother of six. And she was a very kind, warm-hearted person. She made everyone feel comfortable. She was the person who not necessarily made everyone laugh, but she was the one always laughing. You know, very loud, very boisterous, but always made everyone feel at home. And that's who my mom was. Growing up, my mom, she did a very good job of hiding her addiction from me because I was a child. So my mother and my father were heroin users when I was growing up. So before I was born, my father started using. He went over to Vietnam. He was seeing all this crazy stuff, all that trauma. So he zoned out purposely by using heroin. So when he came back with an addiction. He met this wonderful woman who was my mother. And at the age of 13, I was removed from the home. I was taken away from my parents. We got evicted. I lived with my brother from 13 to 21 years old. So during that time, I didn't see my mom or my dad much. And when I did, it was always, it was around money. Hello, son, how are you doing? I'm sorry I haven't been keeping up with you. Do you have some money I can borrow? So when I graduated from college, came back home, that's when I started seeing the signs. So my mom, she was one of those people, she would get hot very easily, right? So if it's in the summertime, she would walk around with long sleeves on. That's weird. So one night, I remember seeing track marks in her legs, and I asked her, I said, Ma, those look like track marks. And she covered her legs up and she began to scold me. You know, you're disrespecting me. Those aren't drug marks. No, I said, I know that you're on drugs. You know, Dad's in the penitentiary right now because of drug selling, so I know that you're on. I'll help you get off if you're honest with me. But she refused. After graduating from college, I moved back home, and at the time, my father, he was in the penitentiary. So we started trying to get my mom, you know, that help that she needed. So methadone clinics, things of that nature, and it just didn't work. So when he got out of jail, years of just not that, you know, that not working, she got into a 14-day clinic, right? So after doing that several times, something clicked. So she went to the Salvation Army, and she was in a good place. She hadn't used for 3 months, then 6 months, and then, you know, a year. So she was in this place where she was doing really well. And then I remember going to see her every now and again, and while she's speaking with me, she would nod off on me. So I kind of had an idea of it starting again. So I remember I was about to take a shower, about to go to work, and I get a call from my dad. I answer the phone, and he says, son, you might want to sit down for this. Okay, so immediately I said to myself, okay, Mom, she's overdosed again. That's what I said in my head. She's overdosed again. This has happened before. This is how this conversation starts. Oh, your mom is gone. They found her. And then that's when it changed, right? So for the span of time in my childhood where I didn't have my parents in my life, I always wondered, would I care when my parents died? Like, because I'm not really close to them. I don't have a strong bond with them. Would I care if they died? And that let me know that you do care when they die. It's a different, you don't realize that that's your mom and she's gone. The one thing I would want people to understand is that this is a chronic brain disease. This is not a matter of willpower. It's not a matter of how weak you are or how strong you are. Your brain, which is the most powerful part of your body, becomes overtaken by these powerful drugs. And your brain is so powerful, and it wants this dopamine so bad that it takes over your body. If people understood that that's what addiction is, the stigma and the finger pointing and the inferiority labels, so much of that would end. As an educator, that's what I try to let children know who have parents like mine. Like, your parent loves you more than anything in the world. Just right now, their brain is hijacked for a minute. They're still the great, wonderful person they are. It's just right now, their brain is a little stronger than their heart.
Yeah.
I would say for the person who's struggling with substance abuse, I would want them to know that you are not stupid, you're not ignorant, you're not. You just didn't know that these drugs would take over your brain this way. You're still valuable. You're still worth something. Don't lose hope on who you really are, because right now you're not really you. But what I would say to the family member who has a loved one struggling, I would say that you're not the only one that has a family member that's suffering. And the more, if you begin to share in a trustworthy way with, just use your own common sense on when to share and when not to, you'll find out that everybody around you is impacted. And we can begin to heal one another when we share.